It's time to get pumped, gentlemen. We are about 30 days away from the drop date of College Football 26, and I could not be more excited. I know there's a ton of people excited right now. Now, obviously, you read the title, so you know what you clicked on for, but this has been a massive week, guys. It's been a huge week. Lots going on. First of all, it's my mom's 50th birthday was yesterday, so shout out Mama Blitz, obviously. That's amazing. She's 50, so in a way, she's 30, right? Our president, Donald Trump, and Elon Musk are having a breakup filled with so much drama that only the season finale of The Bachelorette has more of it. Right? And a week ago, the College Football 26 trailer dropped. So lots going on. And all of those things are equal, right? But all jokes aside, yeah, I mean, the trailer dropped and we're really excited about it. A lot to take away from. At this point, it's a week away from the drop, so not a great start for your boy on the content side of things. Do better. I will do better. But lots to delve into. There's already been some beta codes given out, so there's all sorts of things leaked on Twitter and on TikTok and all this other type of stuff. But we're just going to react here. We're going to kind of break down the trailer a little bit. I'm going to pause, give some insight. I've only watched it once. Just watched it one time, made a couple notes. But everything else is going to be pretty much raw reaction. So there's a few specific things I'm looking for, a few things I've written down from just the one time I've watched it. So I'm really excited to see what we can delve into here. As always, man, please leave a like and subscribe as that helps me out a ton. And you can stay caught up with your one-stop shop for offensive and defensive mini schemes, online dynasty seasons, and maybe even some no money spit cut, where I definitely will never crash out. Ever. All right, man, let's check this out. Already, right off the bat, this is dope. Love the way it looks. The lighting does look a little different. I like the fact that there's night games, man. It didn't feel like there was a whole bunch of night games in the last game, and I just got sick of playing during the daylight all day long. I think I heard that like there is like an aspect of it, like you start, if the game starts at a certain time and ends at night, it will actually show that in game. Like, so that's a really cool feature. I'm a big fan of that. So I hope that there's more night games and you can actually see the lighting change. It looks, I mean, from this trailer, all we've seen is night games so far. So, but this is super dope. I'm definitely down with this.
From Friday nights to Saturday lights, Chapel Hill to Pasadena. It crackles down our spines.
Dude, now this is so dope. I'm gonna rewind to that real quick. Now, I absolutely love. I've low-key been becoming like a Texas Tech fan lately. I've got family that goes to Texas Tech, but dude, this right here, the horse riding out, like it's first of all the Texas Tech colors of red and black, and I may actually pick them for our online dynasty. So we'll see. Judging by some of the things that I've heard about their roster too, I don't know. We'll see. But this is so cool. This horse galloping in like that. Is Ohio State. All right. That's awesome.
It shocks our nerves and ignites a place where the ground.
All right, so there's a lot right here. Okay, first of all, we're about to see a brand new truck animation. That's something I stood out to me, but rewind it just a second. First of all, that was a cool move making to the end zone, right? But look, here's Lagway right here. I'm excited to see what his ratings are. They talked a lot about him. I want to see what his rating is in the next in 26. But look at this truck animation, dude. Boom! And then right after it is a new hit stick. These are both new animations I've never seen. The hit stick right here and then the truck animation we just saw. Never seen these, so I'm going to let it play through. But
the place where the ground shakes.
Boom! Ooh, and then look at this, bro. Look at this Georgia. Now, I was the Georgia Bulldogs almost the whole online dynasty that I played over in College Football 25. I was the Bulldogs the whole time, man. And I never saw anything like that. So this whole Bulldog, like with the spikes on him, is so crazy. Look at this thing, bro. That's so dope. What does that say on it? Attack the ball. Attack the day. Attack the ball. Gotcha. So I guess it's like a defensive turnover thing or something like that, probably, right? Dude, that's so cool. That is absolutely so cool.
Where our coach schemed playbook and character.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yo, we're going to have to... What is this play?
Playbook and character are
Is that like a wide receiver cross screen or something? That's not the running back, is it? No, it's not.
scheme. Playbook and character are unlike any other.
That's super cool. Now, here's the thing on this. I'm not going to go on a tangent. Because this is, again, that we're going to see something about the Stadium Pulse here in a second that I literally could make a YouTube video that's an hour long about that. But the thing about these weird plays, like wide receiver screen passes, things that are just like kind of like weird off RPO type stuff, these weird plays that they've included in this game, first of all, it's awesome. It's genuinely cool the way they make all these plays work, and you do see them in real life. But man, it's just such a tight wire they have to travel across to not make them stupid, like to not make them OP or not make them really dumb. Because the thing about these plays is if they're strong, they're corny. They're so corny to come up against. Like, it is actually so annoying that you could just snap the ball, run a play like this, and just so easily gain so many yards just from calling the play. Like, that's so frustrating to try to defend because it could happen at any point in time. So they have to find these equal thing of like, do we make it overpowered or do we make them not usable? And neither one of those things are good. So whenever I see plays like this, I always get a little nervous because I'm just like, I hope it's not too good. I also hope it's not unusable. You know what I'm saying? So, but plays like this are so cool, man. They're just so dope to see. I run these a lot I don't really run these in online dynasties, but I run these a lot in offline dynasties. These are super fun to play around with. The blocking right there too. Crazy. Reach for the pylon. Love that. Ooh, there's Caleb Downs right there. So I'm going to rewind that. I want to see that dive again. I don't know if I've seen this dive animation. But...
There's something in the air.
Here we go.
Builds us up, breaks them down, and gives the stadium a pulse. Built on pride.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna stop and we're gonna rewind right here. All right. Now let's take a look at this again.
There's something in the air. It builds us up, breaks
Okay.
them down.
Okay, now here's this Stadium Pulse stuff, man. It has haunted me since the beginning of the last game. Now here's the thing with the Stadium Pulse thing, man. And I could talk about this for 30 minutes. That's the slot wide receiver, and he's 6. He is 6 yards away. Now listen to me. I don't care if I'm strapped to a sailboat in the middle of a hurricane with noise-canceling headphones on and Morgan Wallen blasting in my ear. I'd still be able to figure out if you were telling me to run a streak if you're 6 feet away. That's what I know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. And here's the thing too, not all adjustments to your wide receivers in real life are just auditory. There's a lot of hand motions. There's hand signaling for this type of stuff too. Now the wide receivers that are 13 yards away from you on the sideline, the farthest guys at the outside, gotcha. Okay, I can maybe follow that. But these slot wide receivers, these tight ends and these running backs who refuse to hear you tell them to block or do a drag or do a streak or any of that, they're less than 6 yards away from you, and it's just because there's 25% of a Stadium Pulse going off. Don't like it. Hey, man, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And I'm definitely not, and I don't want to spend too much time on this because I really could talk about this for a long time. And I'm definitely not trying to say that there's 0% realism in what the Stadium Pulse is. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there's not a play in college football history where your tight end, you're trying to tell the quarterback's trying to tell his tight end to run a drag route and he doesn't hear him 12 times. It's never happened. So there's certainly a level of realism with the system, but my point is I just think they're a little misguided on how extreme it is. I bring that back around to we don't know how college football 26 works. I hope it works different, or I hope it's worthy of being adjusted. Because offline, this is really cool. But when you're playing against another good player, a skilled player with a great team, the Stadium Pulse is one of the biggest competitive advantages I've ever seen in any video game. It's one of the biggest competitive advantages gifted to them, and it just doesn't condone an environment where we just know the best player won. You have extreme advantages on crucial 3rd and 4th downs when the Stadium Pulse is at 25, 50, 75%, when you can't even adjust anybody. You can't put a clear out streak on anybody. You can't block your running back for protection. You can't do any of that. You're just out there raw dogging a play, right? And most of the time, standard plays don't have, you probably aren't going to have a medium route open on standardized plays that you just pick out of the playbook. You need to adjust it in order to create that space for that, to get the yards you need. So I guess what I'm saying is I really hope it's adjustable, and I hope it's not quite as oppressive in silly ways this year, because I felt like it was a little bit silly in the sense of what really makes realistic, logical sense and what doesn't. But let's move on, because we're about to witness one of the coolest catches I've ever seen. So this Jeremiah Smith guy's a freak. All right, tire, that's cool. Okay, here we go. Ooh! What an animation. I mean, that's worth 2, right? That's worth a rewind. Now, let me tell you right now, though. Let's watch this again. Let me tell you right now. Boom! Oh, just agged him. Now, I'll tell you right now, boys. I'll tell you right now. If this aggressive catch happens to me, first of all, none of the monitors are surviving, and my eyes are going to roll so far back in my head that I fall out of this chair. But if I get this catch animation on someone, I'm going to scream dot and call it a skill issue. Dot. But wow, man, what a catch animation, dude. Never seen anything like that. That is super dope. That is super, super, super dope. And there's a lot of, and I'm not going to say it on here, but there's a lot of archetypes getting leaked and like for different wide receivers and stuff like that. So I am so curious to see what the DB to wide receiver relationship looks like this year, as far as aggressive catches and physicality and like all that type of stuff. And there's Ryan Williams. Nice. Love it. Dude, just so dope, man. Just so dope, man. I mean, that's just so cool. I mean, I am so excited. Super dope, man. Lots to be excited about. Down in the comments, let me know what you're most excited about based off what you've seen from this trailer. And that's it for today. Let's out.